Hello and welcome to my sketchbook. My name is Brooke Anderson and I am an illustrator. I love to draw and paint, and this isn't exactly a how-to channel. I'm still learning and I'm just showing you how I'm figuring things out, I guess. I wanted to invite you to my sketchbook because this is usually a place that I like to keep to myself. I think a lot of artists like to do this, especially growing up. I remember in high school I carried my sketchbook around a lot, but I didn't really have a lot of confidence to draw in front of people. And if I did, I found that I was more influenced by my peers than I was what I would have probably drawn myself. And I don't have any of those sketchbooks anymore, mostly because they just weren't really truly me. I found that they were dark. I mean, that was high school. I feel like a lot of kids at that time, it was cool to be dark, and that's just not really me. It's never been natural for me to go that way. I always find myself going really vibrant with my colors, even when I'm trying not to, which I find kind of funny now. I did end up getting rid of almost every single painting that I did in high school and when in my 20s. A lot of that has to do with energy. I think that a lot of emotions are put into different drawings and paintings, and whatever you're feeling at that time, I think you carry it with you. So for me, throwing those pictures away was really liberating. Instead of hanging on to those dark pictures and those dark moments, just kind of walk away from it and say, you know what, this isn't me, this isn't who I want to be. I want to reimagine myself. It really felt good to get rid of, I think, and for the most part, I don't regret it. So now when I work in my sketchbook, I try to give myself permission to be myself, be inventive, and give myself grace as I experiment and try to problem solve. Because that's what a lot of the time, that's all we're doing as artists and as human beings, is problem solving. We're just trying to make something work just a little bit better than before. You'll notice that at one point I've erased my drawing completely, and that was intentional, and I knew going into it that at some point that's what I was going to do. I was going to erase my whole drawing so that I could develop my character a little bit more. This was really fun to develop. This is an image that I came up all on my own. I started with a little fox and a girl and a bird. Those are characters that I've drawn before, and I've just been kind of playing around with the idea of those three characters. But then the fox was eliminated, and I really just liked this idea of a little girl enjoying the moment of the birds dancing. And this is more about the birds than it is about the girl. As the picture developed and as I continued to draw, I realized this picture, this story that I'm drawing, is about two birds in the moment, dancing, enjoying a good time. I see them as friends. There was just a lot to it, and as I started painting, I got more wrapped up with the freedom that the birds had. So I tried to continue that. I tried to loosen up just a little bit more. I enjoyed more of the wet on wet process. There's nothing like allowing watercolor to do its thing and trying to control it less. So I kept that in mind as I painted. When you do draw in a sketchbook, it doesn't feel like it has to be perfect, although I feel like that was something that I had to learn in and of itself. You have to learn that your sketchbook is safe, and even using words of affirmation in this helps a lot, I feel like. If you tell yourself, this is a safe place, this is a safe place, enough times, then I think it does become a safe place. If you tell yourself, this has to be the perfect sketchbook, you're gonna give up on that sketchbook. I've given up on many sketchbooks. I was lucky to be in an art class in high school. It was basically expected to draw every day in the sketchbook, and we were given as a class beautiful sketchbooks to draw in that were covered in beautiful ornate fabric that my art teacher gave us. And I think that was kind of the start. And actually, I think the point of it being wrapped in fabric was so that other people would ask, what are you carrying? And it would give us a little bit of incentive, giving us that habit of drawing every day. I was lucky to have an art teacher at such a young age to understand the value of drawing in your sketchbook every day. I built my own sketchbook at one point, and it was huge and it was heavy, and I literally carried it around everywhere. And it was, I'm not joking, it was 3 or 4 inches thick, and it was made of, like, the wood on the outside was masonite. It was so heavy, and when I say I carried it around, I mean literally. I put it in a bag and I had 3 drawings in it because it was so precious to me. I didn't want to mess it up. And that's ridiculous. That I think is wanting to be an artist so bad, but not wanting to either A, put in the work, or B, fearing failure. And I think that's probably where I was more so. And if it's in this beautiful sketchbook, it's not going to give you the freedom to loosen up and learn the things that you actually need to learn. I am planning on drawing feet on the opposite side of this page because I completely failed on this. I clearly need some practice. And I actually like drawing feet. I kind of surprised myself when I came out. I'm thinking, man, did I just forget how to draw these? And yeah, maybe I did. Maybe I forgot how to draw them for a little bit, but I'll reteach my brain and learn how to draw feet again. But I digress. I learned that word on YouTube, actually. I actually never had heard of that word until I started watching YouTube. People say that word a lot. Anyways, I'll probably edit that part out. And let's go back to failure. I love the idea of celebrating our failures. You're never gonna get it right the first time. Like, the eraser is there for a reason. If you're too afraid of failure, it's impossible to learn anything. I wanted to start this YouTube channel about a year ago. It took me a full year to get the confidence, knowing perfectly well that I could fail, or I would fail. And you hear often that your first 50 videos are going to be terrible. So just knowing that, that's a hard thing to want to do, knowing the first 50 are not going to turn out. And it might be bigger than that for me, because I'm usually a really slow learner, which we've established. The reason why I wanted to start this channel was it's and it is for selfish reasons, for sure. It looked really fun. I was jealous of other people creating content, and I thought, man, that looks so fun. I want to be a part of that. I don't want to miss out, I guess. And the other reason is because I feel like you can learn so much from failing, and you can learn so much from having an idea and working through, okay, what do I need to accomplish this project? What is it that I need to do in order to make this happen? The video is pretty long, so here on out I'll just let you enjoy the music and watch my painting process as I finish up the piece. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will be back again.